Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah, coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Pray that the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so we get a much better understanding of things that are soon to come on the earth. Just wanted to come to you guys with a quick little example of the delusion of the Edomites and the Gentiles, the ones that have Most High has not awakened. And there's a school. And this is a story right here. Jefferson City School's reopening experiment is underway. And I guess in some of the schools, like the high schools or whatever else here, like if they're riding the bus, they're forced to social distance and wear face masks. But if when they get to school, face masks were optional, which makes absolutely no sense. But hey, you know how these people are right now. They just wanted to get any kind of normalcy. And if normalcy means they go to school without face masks, and they just, ignore what's going on, ignore the plague that's around them, then so be it. So these people, they seem to have a death wish. But what you're seeing right here is these two ladies right here had a petition that was trying to make face masks, the norm, or enforcing face masks at the high school. But you always got those couple of kids, you always got those couple of ones that don't want their rights infringed upon. And it was just funny listening to what this young man's going to say when I'm going to play a short little clip about why he thinks that they shouldn't have to wear face masks. I had the same conversation with a neighbor recently. And the first thing is always, well, this is America, and America is based on freedom, which is just funny because I just saw this little clip earlier, and it's just how they pretty much tout the same talking points. This was, middle-aged gentleman, I was talking to, and whatever else, and it's always, well, America is based on freedoms, and if I don't want to wear this or I don't want to do that, I shouldn't have to do it. And it's like, you guys live in such a a messed up reality where you really think that everyone was afforded the same freedoms when this country was established. And I pretty much, anytime he made a point, I gave him facts that actually contradicted whatever it was he said. He was like, well, Abraham Lincoln freed a slave. So we talked about in the 13th Amendment how slavery didn't really fit, did not end at that time. They just called it slavery by another name, which was imprisonment, putting people prisoners, putting them in jail and taking away their rights. He talked about how, well, he's Irish, so he knows about slavery. And I said, well, the root true Irish back then were black, but people of color. So anytime he would say one thing, we would just pretty much counteract it with another. So he's probably not used to talking to someone like myself who actually studies. He can go out there and just say whatever he wants, and most people of color would just agree just because they want, they want them to, they want to be accepted. All right. But that's not me. Okay. So I could care less about any of that kind of stuff. Let's play this little clip here really quick, though.
Their grandparents or people that are at high risk if they got the virus.
Our country was built on freedom.
In response to that petition, sophomore Brett Kelly started his own with the support of his older high school sister and his father. His petition declaring mask wearing should be a choice.
I think it's a freedom issue because it's slowly taking our rights away.
And your right not to wear a mask?
Yes, sir.
Would you feel less safe if I was...
Okay. So again, like I said, it's all about, they have this false sense of reality. They don't, they don't want to admit the fact that many or most people of color, that we're not afforded the same rights. So when they keep on just throwing these things out there, like, you're taking away my rights, you're taking away my, you're taking away my freedom. We're not taking away anything. This is exactly why this is the Most High. This is the Most High showing you their spirits, and their spirit is pretty much anything that they want goes. They're going to ignore the fact that we didn't have those same rights. We still don't have those same rights, but they don't care. All they care about is me, 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 me. How does this affect me? I don't care how it affects you. And these are the people that the Most High put over us. This is that foolish nation that the Most High put over us, and now he's exposing them. And when I tell them that, when we all tell them, I'm sure we all do this, we weren't free. We didn't experience those freedoms. They just get quiet. They don't say anything because they're used to being able to say whatever it is they want and no one telling them anything, no one bringing them down into reality. That's how they've lived for these last few hundred years. And now when they bring up things and we counter pretty much anything that they say, they just ignore it. Because before the time was for them to be able to enjoy it, just like their Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. They were able to enjoy their blessing. Now they're getting to, they're beginning to be shown that they're going to have to pay for all these so-called freedoms that they possessed. And the Most High is taking their freedoms away, and they don't want to believe it. That's why they keep on making it seem as if all this is all fake. None of this is real. How could anyone take away their freedoms? Well, that's exactly what the Most High is doing, and he's doing it quickly. All praise is the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahushai. Shalom.